So it seems like a couple of people in the class were having some trouble getting their software authorized and getting it installed, period. You weren't sure where to go. So I'm just going to make this video to help you guys out. Uh, like I said, the first week is where this is what the first week is for. That's why you don't have a lot of assignments or anything to do or a lot of reading. I just want to make sure everybody gets this software installed. So I'm looking at my book right now. And in the very back, you should see, well, not very back, binder page, it'll give you an EVA code. And EVA is actually part of the authorization code. But there is, in my book, Appendix B on page 577, that's 577, it tells you, it's got like a really pathetic paragraph for help on installing the software. So it says a 180-day trial version of the software is available to be downloaded. If you type in this URL, the esri.com/esripress, it should take you to a site that I don't think it's gonna work. They've changed it since this book initially came out. So if you go to your web browser and go to Esri's website, just esri.com, it's the Environmental and Science Research Institute is what this company is. And you go to products, free trials, and then you say this first option here, you want to try ArcGIS for desktop. Now, you have to have an Esri Global account. It's no big deal, but this is the best way I know, and it says free 60-day trial registration, but with your code in the book, you should have the 180 days, and you'll be good to go for the class. So you either need to make one, or if you have one, I do. 1023. You sign in, whichever one you have to do. Sorry. And then once you sign in, you'll have the option, it'll give you some instructions, but then what you're looking for right here is ArcGIS for desktop, and it's kind of a big file, but this is the way you have to get it. This is the way they do it, so I apologize for that, but it is what it is. And if you need any extra help, they have their install guide, but just go ahead and click download, and I've already downloaded it. You're going to get this page, and I would definitely advise, it says should the download manager fail to start, click here. Don't even worry about clicking this. And again, I'll say it just before you do anything, don't click on this. It tries to get you to use some kind of download manager, and it's just cumbersome and very inefficient. So I would go ahead and click here, and it'll just pop up in the download section of your browser. So once you do that, you have it downloaded, and then you run it. Okay, so after you run it and install it, it's just a typical install program, select all the default options, and you should be good to go. It'll say that you have to authorize it. So it won't look exactly like this because I've already done it, but let me pull this up. Okay, you're gonna have some options in a different looking box, and what you have in the book, and I'm gonna look just to make sure, it says that you have an ArcEditor license, single use. So I know one person said they were having trouble authorizing it. You don't want to pick any of these concurrent uses, and you don't want the basic, you don't want advanced. You just want standard ArcEditor single use. Okay, and then you should be able to go through the process of authorizing your software, use that EVA code in the back of your text, and you should be good to go. Now let's say you get it installed and something's wrong, or you get to the part where you can't authorize it. In the ArcGIS folder that gets installed on your computer, it'll be highlighted as a new program. You just open it up, and then you go to ArcGIS Administrator, and that's what I used for the demonstration just now. But then it'll say, I'll give you these options. You go to desktop, you'll be able to change this to either a standard or basic or advanced, and you want the single use standard ArcEditor like your text says, and then you'll click authorize now. You'll follow the instructions, and you should be good to go. And I think that's really all there is to it. Those are the only places that you could get tripped up. And after you get it authorized, it'll tell you if there's any errors, and it should suggest how to reconcile them. But if you follow those steps, it shouldn't you shouldn't have any problems. And then we'll be working with ArcMap 10.2. So you just open that up to make sure that it worked, and it'll give you the option to start a blank map, and that's pretty much it. Just let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm gonna do a tutorial on how I want you to submit your assignments, and then I'll also kind of give some extra tips and pointers on some of the material covered in the third and fourth chapters of the book. But if you'd like to go ahead and use your CD that came with the book, and start working on the exercises for 3 and 4, please go ahead and do that. Feel free to work as far ahead as you want. Like I said, this next video, I'll show you what I need you guys to do to turn in your assignments to get credit for them, and add my little anecdotes to the material that we're covering. So if anybody has any trouble installing the software, just let me know, because first and foremost, that's what we want to get squared away.